Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 323-405-1341. That's 323-405-1341. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
I guess one thing I want to ask you about, Jamar,
why
do you feel that, like, a big piece of this conversation, for people who understand the conversation, is about Black folks' origins in Judaism, right? And original Jewish people being Black.
Right. And do y'all have a problem with that when y'all hear that?
That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know anyone who has a problem with that. So I
But
guess
it
I don't
seems
understand.
like that is a problem.
But what?
Like, what was so bad in this movie with Kyrie Irving? I wanted to get to that.
That's a great
in that
question.
movie? Like the title of it, I feel like is the problem.
No, see. Sorry, I'm not gonna get excited.
Negroes. Did you see the movie?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you don't even know what's in it that they feel is.
Oh, I do. No, I do.
Anti-Semitic, and we can get into that too, because that's a misnomer.
But I yeah, to me that's a waste of time talking.
Anti-Semitic is about language.
Yeah, it's not. But that's why the word should just be anti-Jewish. To be honest, all it does is muddies up the situation. I'm with you.
I was gonna say, why y'all need a special word?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't like.
Why y'all need a special word? It could be racism against Jews, like, because everybody else is racism. Why do you need a special word? And here's another one, just not quickly off topic. Why is it Egyptology? Why is there no other tologies? There's not Hebrewtology. There's not African. Only Egyptology. Very weird. I'm just saying.
But I do feel that way about the word anti-Semitism. I hate it.
Yeah.
But in that movie, I actually totally disagree with you. The what's it called? From Negroes to Hebrews?
From Hebrews to Negroes, I think.
Okay. I don't think that's offensive to anyone. What's offensive is that in the first 8 minutes, they question the validity of the Holocaust.
Okay.
Listen, Jamar, there are shitty racist Jews out there, because guess what? There's shitty racist everyone out there. But in my experience, I don't know one Ashkenazic European Jew who I grew up with, who I'm friends with, who would ever be like, did you hear? These Black people want to convert to Judaism. They say they're original Jews. Everyone I know would go, yo, you want to hear something dope? A bunch of Black people came down and are converting at my synagogue. Like, I'm dead ass about that. I don't see why this has to be a source of anti-Semitism or Jew hate. I feel like this could be a place for unity. Like, there are going to be Jews who don't accept it. Of course, there are always going to be white people in whatever place. White supremacy knows no religious boundary. So that will always exist. But in this country, Jamar,
and Jews in this country have benefited off of white supremacy. Yes.
Yes, but that wasn't where I was going.
Huh?
Yes, but we have also been much more progressive in our views of Black issues than other white people have.
Yes,
if you look at the numbers,
up until about the 50s and 60s. After that, your record kind of slacks. Yeah,
we still vote.
You're very cautious on the subject of reparations. You're not really down to
that.
Huh?
Where's the stat on Jews being anti-reparations?
I have articles. I have articles. I
want to see those articles, because I don't know a Jew who's ever mentioned that to me in my life.
I can send that to you. No, there's like organizations that have gone on the record, or some of them won't go on the record, as far as reparations for Black people.
To be totally truthful, I've never had a real Jewish conversation related to that subject, so I don't know.
Right.
To be honest,
right.
But what I'm saying is this: in my life and in my experience, Jewish folks are the most supportive and progressive of all white people that I've ever known. And if you look at voting in this country, Jews are one of the only groups that by huge numbers votes against our pockets, votes not in favor of the taxes that would benefit us. Now, that's not to say there aren't rich Republican Jews like Jared Kushner and Stephen Miller and assholes like that. But by and large, day to day, that is not what most Jewish people are. At close to 80%, Jews do not vote that way. So I do think these things are important to notice. And we do have a deeper history and connection in civil rights than is given credit during these times. And that's a real thing. And I think it's been lost for a variety of reasons. And I admit, there are certain situations right now, man, like watching the Kanye and Kyrie stuff play out. We do it to ourselves a lot, bro. Like we do. I get extremely frustrated that decisions are made that really just make the whole thing worse. I really do see that often, and it frustrates me.
So like with this Kyrie thing, for instance, like how do you feel that? First of all, he tweeted out just a link. He didn't say nothing. He just tweeted out a link.
I think he said, "This is what I'm watching right now," or something like that.
Okay. This is what I'm watching. Even he said, "This is what I'm watching. Check it out." It's not like he said, "Yo, the first 8 minutes, man, that's the best part," or anything like that. He just tweeted out a film that he didn't make. That's on Amazon right now. It's still up there. Jeff Bezos and all of that is making money off of this film. Your boy Shaq is talking shit about Kyrie. Turns out he showed this movie in one of his movie theaters like 2-3 years ago.
Shaq did. Yeah.
He's the owner of one of these movie theaters in Newark, New Jersey, and they showed this movie like 2-3 years ago. But he want to call people all kind of idiots and shit. So my thing is, again, if you have the vitriol for homeboy tweeting it out, where's the vitriol for Jeff Bezos and Amazon and all of that other shit?
Honestly, in my personal view of that, I just think most people don't see it as a tangible thing to be able to fuck with and compete and do anything to impress upon Jeff Bezos. I don't think anyone thinks it's right that you can sell hateful shit. By the way, there's hateful shit on there towards black people. There's hateful shit.
Throw your hands up with Jeff Bezos, but we're gonna go after Kyrie. Like we can go after him, but Jeff Bezos, he's so big that we can't even do nothing. No, well, you can rally your Jewish people. Well, the ADL did. At Amazon.
Even though I said I don't fuck with them, the ADL did go after Bezos, and they did say it should be taken. They did. They said it should be taken down or should include a message explaining
what's so crazy
inaccuracies.
Why did we not hear about that?
It was in the last No, it was in the last few days.
Yeah, it was at the back of the fucking. You see what I'm saying? Why is the Kyrie shit on the front page? And if they did do that, why is that? Why is this the first time I'm hearing of that? Do you see the hypocrisy?
Yeah, but that's not here's my question. Okay, yes, I do. Is that but is that a Jewish hypocrisy or just like the media?
In that moment, it is. In that moment, it is.
But because
if they're the ones doing it, then that's who it is. And what's so bad about
we're not the only ones making a stink about it. It's not only Jews who are making a stink about what happened with Kyrie. It's people in general. Yeah, I can go down the list.
It gotta be pretty. Who else would be upset?
I mean, listen, I've watched. You just mentioned Shaq,
right? But he's being upset because Jewish people are upset. And so he feels like he has to be upset because y'all are upset.
But I get upset when black people are upset. Why shouldn't? Of course I do.
The same level. I don't think it's to the same.
No, of course it's not. And it's not the same level for you when things happen to Jews.
Right.
Which is why we're here having this conversation. But the fact of the matter is, I spend much more time in my life talking about black issues than I do about issues related to Jews. That is a fact.
But that's because you're in a culture that was started by black people internally.
It's because I care. I actually do care. Like it actually impacts the world and it makes a difference to me. And we wanted, all of us wanted everyone to step up in 2020 to be like, yo, George Floyd was murdered. Enough is a fucking enough. And it was great that a lot of people stood up. And if other people stand up when things happen to Jews, the last thing you'd want is people to not stand up with us. Why shouldn't Shaq say something? If Shaq has great experience with Jewish people and goes, yo, my Jewish friends feel really attacked, I don't like
Shaq
that.
Shouldn't say nothing because he played the same movie in one of his movie theaters.
Well, let's
so he should be quiet right now.
LeBron James, Charles Barkley. We could go through a Shannon Sharp, mad football people. And
LeBron James is holding hands with a convicted rabbi for what reason? I don't even know. Like, here's the thing. So when it's the reverse, when you have the DJ Vlads that disrespect people in our culture and won't apologize. Who you love to sit and talk to. Huh?
I said a man who you love to sit and talk to.
I used to enjoy having a conversation
with that motherfucker for 1 minute, just so you know.
Right, but I'm just telling you, he's somebody that would be in solidarity with you now on everything that you're saying about Jews.
And I wouldn't want it, and I would not want it. But keep going.
You would, but he's with you regardless.
By the way, guess what? There are assholes in solidarity with you right now who you wouldn't want. Keep going.
This is true. This is true. But I'm just saying, in general, he did something that we in the Black community thought was disrespectful. Whatever you feel about the Mr. Farrakhan, that's your personal thing. But in our culture, he's somebody to be revered and respected. He's done many great things. And we asked for this man to apologize. And I mean, I guess it's our fault that we didn't come together and solidify the way Jewish people do to put the pressure on this motherfucker. And I called for it. I said, hey, stop going up there. Stop fucking with this guy. The motherfucker still continued to go up there because by
the way, Jamar, let me just jump in there because that's such a perfect point. That's such a perfect point. This is one of the things that's hard. And the last thing I'm going to do is sit here and criticize the Black community and tell y'all how you should find leadership. But I will say this, the one thing Jewish people do have is that solidarity on major issues. You go back, for example.
On code. Y'all stay on code.
That is the way it goes. Now, and by the way, I think that's something that you would admire, like staying on your shit.
Oh, I tell people to stay on code on this channel all the time.
So a lot of times people have been saying, like, for example.
Here, right here. Look, stay on code. We already got it ready.
People were throwing out, for example, they were like, wow, when Kanye said slavery was a choice, why didn't that cause problems? Yo, when Kanye said slavery was a choice, all of your favorite actors, rappers, and comedians all ran out to Wyoming to be best friends with him. You're expecting people from another group to show more care? That's not a realistic expectation. It has to start with Jews. Like, we have to be the ones who come out and say, we are not okay with this. Now, are we sometimes too heavy-handed? Yes. Right now, am I seeing that with the Kyrie situation? Absolutely. It's too heavy-handed. I don't like it. But do you see what I'm saying? It's hard to say, oh, the label should have shut down Kanye back then. Bro, every artist who's down with him ran out to Wyoming. No one gave a shit about slavery as a choice.
Thank you,
It was wild.
Well, here's the thing. You know, with the slavery.
Thank you, Juelz. I appreciate that all.
Yeah. He said, I don't like Peter Rosenberg, but this interview is dope. All right.
Thank you, Juelz.
I appreciate you, Juelz.